'Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite. TNT, and I'll win the fight. Watch me explode.
You're ranting and raving with Roman. Okay, ask away. Basically hard rock, meaning AC/DC, Ramones, and if I really want to hear really great classic rock, I'll listen to Brian Wilson, who I think is probably the greatest musical composer of this decade, actually this century, because according to Paul McCartney, without Brian Wilson doing Pet Sounds, there would not be a Sgt. Pepper's album. So all you Beatle freaks that think the Beatles were the best, listen to that interview, because Paul McCartney always brags about how Pet Sounds started them off on Sgt. Pepper. And as far as I'm concerned, the Beatles were nothing more than Paul McCartney's backup band. There are other bands out there that I'll listen to, but some of these bands nowadays, after a while, they all sound the same, the death metal, stuff like that. Classic rock is good, but sometimes it's overplayed. Led Zeppelin's good. The original Black Sabbath was good. Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads was excellent. Van Halen started out good, and then they made the mistake of adding the keyboard, just like Guns N' Roses. And if you're in a hard rock band, you do not want to play ballads because you will lose your fan base every time. So that's how I feel. And the music of today is kind of like cheesy. It seems to be made by corporations for little kids, the Justin Bieber and Jonas Brothers and that kind of junk. Not much talent there, but you got a pretty face and they got the right songwriters and the right moves, so everybody thinks they're talented. I hope they enjoy the money, because when they fade away in a couple years, that's the end of them. Ferrante and Rizzo are the best guys I've worked with here. I've known them for the longest time. I knew Rizzo from day one. I was his mentor, and you can quote me, and you can ask him. If you interview Mr. Rizzo, I was his mentor. I had to help him. I walked into his room. I said, I'm Fred Roman. You owe me $550, and I'm your mentor. I showed him how to do a pass, and I showed him how to do a cut slip, and all the rest he learned on his own. Ferrante's a trip. He's a great guy. He's funny as all heck when you get him going. There are times he gets you perturbed when he tags everything up, but for the most part, he's one of those reliable guys. If you have a problem, he was more than willing to help, just like Rizzo. I'm also Rizzo's daughter's godfather, so that kind of links us forever, unfortunately for him. My nephew Jeff graduates tomorrow from TCNJ. He was voted #1 journalism student in the state. I'm his only uncle. I'm his godfather. He applied for a job. He got it, and now he's on cloud 9. If you want good gourmet food, White Castle, you can't beat it. If you're having health problems, White Castle, they will take care of you. And I'm trying to think. I worked with a lot of good teachers in my department, and I have a lot of good couple of superintendents were really good. Principals were pretty good. Now and then you get to kind of, it takes a while to get used to them, but overall it wasn't a bad experience here. I've been here my whole career. It's a good school if you take advantage of what's offered to you.
Hi, honey.